In this video, I will show you how you can construct effective AI prompts to make the most out of ChatGPT as a developer. So let's get started right away. So we will use ChatGPT to learn prompt engineering so that you can better experience this prompt engineering. So I will firstly start with the role of the large language model. So the role of ChatGPT here is to teach me AI prompt engineering. So I will tell him you are a teaching assistant, right? So that's a basic role that we have assigned it. But to make it more clear, as you have to make the prompt much clearer so that AI can give you the best result. So let's add some clarity to teach AI prompt engineering to developers. So we have made the role very specific and it will now give us very good results. So we have given a role to the large language model. So that's the first step of creating an effective prompt. And now let's give a bit of background about ourselves, and that will be I am a new learner of AI and want to use AI to improve and make my development more productive. So we have given a background of ourselves that we are learning the AI, we are new to AI and we want to use AI to improve our development. So we have given it a good context and background of ourselves. That's the second thing that we have added into the prompt. And now what we want to do, what we want ChatGPT to do for us. So now we will add the goal of this prompt. So explain to me in simple words about what is LLM. We will start by learning the large language model, how it works, and what are the some of the concepts that we need to know to be an effective prompt engineer. So that's what will be our goal of this prompt. So I will mention that. So what is LLM, how it works, and what are the concepts needed to learn for effective prompting. So we also have added this, and now we also can add like how we want the output to be, right? So it's going to be a good start. It will teach us about LLM, how it works, and all the concepts we need to get started with this prompting. So we have mentioned the goal clearly, and we have added these constraints, what we need or what you should teach us, right? So we have added these constraints. So it's not a very generic prompt. If it's generic, so AI thinks from itself and it can give you results that doesn't suit the desired outcome. So we have mentioned it. Now we can also add this thing which is like how we want it to teach us, right? So we can also this in the end. So teach us intuitively. Intuitively is like when it teaches us like a layman, right? So that we can understand it better. So if you break down the prompt, so we have like 3 to 4 pieces. Firstly, we assign large language model a role, then we give a bit of background about ourselves, then we mention the goal, what we want to achieve with this prompt, right? And then we also mention how the assistant should teach us, right? We can also mention here it in the role, and we can also mention it at the end. Like if you want to get some output in the form of like some stats, so you can mention that the stats should be provided in the form of a table. Or as a developer, you can think of it like if you need some data to be put into your app, so you can ask it to give results in the form of JSON, right? So that's how it's going to be. So we have created a prompt that is good, right? The prompt isn't 100%, you can create even better prompts, but that's a structured prompt, right? So a basic structured prompt. So I will hit enter and let's see what it gives us. Let's wait for the results, and it's, you can see it's explaining the large language model in a very easy and intuitive way. So it stands for large language model, super advanced autocomplete system that understand meaning, context and intent, not just words, right? Just like when you type on your phone and it predicts the next word, but instead of predicting one word, LLM predicts entire paragraphs, right? So to give you the idea, most people think of LLM as like you ask question and it answers, right? uh, Under the hood it doesn't work in this way. You give some input text and it predicts the next uh, paragraphs or text that needs to be after the prompt that you have provided. Like if I ask for what is LLM, so it will give me the answer of that, right? So the answer comes after the question. Like if you read an article, you have a question then an answer, so it auto completes the entire like paragraph or the question, answer, etc. So it just predicts the next words, right? It's not somebody who responds to questions. It auto completes the next words that comes after this question, right? So that's how it works. And now below it shows how it works. So it's trained on massive amount of data, books, etc., lots of things on the internet. So that's why it has that data. So once you ask it, it checks the data and predicts the next words. Now it learns patterns in this way, like how sentences are formed, grammar, structure, ideas connect, logic, how problems are solved, reasoning, conversation. Like you provide lots of these things to this AI, large language model, and it learns from it. It learns the pattern. So from that pattern, when you provide a similar kind of problem or you enter into some conversation, so it's gonna go along with you and will provide you with the next words or answers, right? So how it works, you input some text like this one, right? Then it understand that request, like it extracts the context, the intent of user, right? And what should be the next words. So it decodes your prompt properly, right? So it understand the request, like it is in Flutter for email validation, right? uh, it does some searching, like it browses the web and checks for similar kind of things many times, right, to cross check that if the answer it's going to provide is will be something like correct or not. It reduces the error in this way. So it predicts step by step, right? So it gives you the output, but it's based on probability. Like it doesn't mean that LLM will provide the answer that is going to be 100%. It's based on probability, and nowadays the probability is very high that it will give you a correct answer, right? So it then generates the final answer. So that's like how the model works, or how it processes input and then produces an output. And then it says the concepts you need to learn for effective prompting. It's like instruction clarity. You need to provide clear instruction. Then you should also give background. You should assign a role. It's almost the same thing that I also taught you in giving the prompt. Then format, we also discussed that you need to specify the output format. Like if you want to get some data in the form of like JSON, so that you can put it directly in your code. So you need to ask it like specified output. And also you can ask it to give you examples. That's going to be a valuable addition to the prompt. And we also mentioned about constraints. You need to constrain because AI will think from itself if you do not constrain the input, right? Like if you ask for give me a website, so AI will think from itself and it will give you some website that you may not wish to like get that one, right? Because it's so generic, it's not constrained. Instead you can ask it to build a website that is focused on e-commerce. It can be used for day-to-day shopping and that stuff. So you can provide instruction and you can constrain the scope, right? So and also uh, you can also ask for like step by step process of something. Like if it's going to explain you coding, so you can ask it to explain step by step, so that you can better get the output, you can better understand the output. So these are the things which most of were already covered in the previous prompt that we constructed. And you can see it is a high quality template is given. So if you want to write Flutter code with that, so you can just assign the role, act as a senior Flutter developer, right? Then uh, what you want to achieve, so just let it know, I am building an authentication system Flutter, right? So you can explain this thing. uh, you can see that's the context or background, what you are doing. And then you add the goal, what you want to achieve or what you need from AI. You need this function, etc., right? Similarly, you want it to explain the code step by step, right, so that you can properly get it. So that's how you can construct effective prompts, and you will receive some good result with this, right? So it also, we have some tips here for prompt engineering. The better is that you break problems into parts. Like if you have a bigger problem, you want to build like a comprehensive website. So if you give it, you want to get it in one prompt, so AI may not be able to give you better result. You need to break that problem into small pieces so that AI can easily process the amount of information you provide, and it can give you that specific response properly, and that is most desired output. And similarly, you need to ask iterative questions, right? So if you get some result and that's not like what you want, so you can explain it more, and you can ask to improve, and then it will improve your final output. So iterative questions is also helpful to get better results. Similarly, using examples, it also reduces confusion, right? You can ask for examples. And then testing and refining, using LLMs as a teammate or peer programmer. So that's where LLM shines. You cannot make it like a complete coding agent for you. Instead, if you want to use it as a peer programmer, so that's where LLM shines, right? So bad prompt is, you can see example, make a chat screen in Flutter. And here you tell it that you are a Flutter UI expert, create this thing, use Flutter. You have given instructions step by step. So in this way, AI will uh, get the context and the intent very well, and it will provide you with the best result, right? So I have used this example, like how you can learn effective prompting for ChatGPT as developer. So I've started with constructing a prompt, so that you don't get into theory that much, but start creating prompts effectively. So there are lots of things that you can do. So let me give you another scenario. So the scenario can be that I want to add some information in my app that I have built, and that is like my app shows 10 types of fruits. So uh, for instance, I don't remember the names of the fruits. So I can ask AI to give me fruits with their benefits that I will show in my app, right? So I need it from AI. So what I will ask him, that I have already assigned it a role, that you are a teaching assistant, but let's change the role. Act as Flutter developer. So I've assigned the role. Now after role, what I need to do is to give a background. I'm building an app where I need to add some information to be shown to users programmatically, right? And I've also given it a bit of the background, and after that I would like to ask what I want to achieve with this prompt, or what is the desired goal, right? So give me top 10 fruits, mm, fruits with its names, benefits, and let's say it's something else, uh, best best weather to grow the fruit, right? So it will give me 10 fruits and 10 fruit details or data, top 10, right? And I need this data, right? So these are the three things that we need. We need top 10 fruits, and about the fruits we need these three kinds of data, right? Now it will give us the data, but I would like it to structure it in the form of JSON, because I want to import it directly in my code. So for that, if it give me in the form of a table, so it will be difficult for me to retrieve that data and copy paste it, right? So the better way is to get a JSON, and I will just put that JSON directly in my code, and I will use it, right? And for that, give me or provide the data in the form of JSON, right? So I have added the role, background, then the goal, and after that, how we want to structure the output, right? So here we can't add some examples, but if we ask for like how to build a chatbot, right? And also in that sort of prompt, we can also add like give some examples, right? But here we can give the example, but you can also add some examples, like provide me some samples for such tasks, and that's going to be your complete prompt, right? So now if I hit enter, it will give me the results, and it will give me a JSON. I can put that JSON directly in my Flutter app or whatever your app is, and then I can show it in my app directly, right? So you can see it has given us these details, and I can just copy this JSON directly and paste it right away in my code, and I can get a data out of it, right? It says if you want, I can create a Dart data model, fruit model with from JSON to JSON, an example JSON loading Flutter app, UI build, etc. So let's ask for this JSON loading in Flutter. That's the iterative questions, right? And I would like to ask it again and again until I get the result, right? So the first one is sample UI list code. So that's our full working sample screen. So let's ask for C and hit enter. And now it will get us closer to the results we want to achieve. We needed the data, but it also wants to provide us the sample code. So that's the code you can see, and it will do the job for you. So by iterative asking more questions, it can give you the result, the most desired result, right? So it has given me code for Flutter, and I can it has also given me the code on how to extract the data from JSON. So that's how it works. That's how you can improve your productivity as a developer. So your prompt needs to be clear. The role needs to be assigned to large language model. It needs to be constrained. It needs to have some background, and also it should state the goal clearly. Also, it should ask for some samples or examples, and it should also tell large language model on how to structure the code. So these are some of the examples that we have tried here. So instead of going to that much of theory and all those things, I have just added these prompts directly. So in order to make you understand that how you should structure these prompts. So AI isn't a human, right? It can extract context and the intent of user from the prompt that you have provided. So if that prompt doesn't follow these the concept that we cleared, or the things that we discussed, so it won't be able to extract the context and the intent out of it properly. So if it doesn't understand you well, so it cannot give you the desired result. It's not a human, right? It's a machine. So you need to explain it very well in order to get the best results. And we can also give it some other prompt, and like if I want to build a website, so let's ask for it. You are a website builder. So let's specify the role, and you can also make it more specific, like what kind of website you should build. You are a website builder mm, in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? To make it simple. So this is I'm telling him that he should be have like a website builder, and he is a builder who use HTML, CSS, JavaScript for building the website. Now I want to give a background. I want to build a website. Let's ask for some website like a portfolio website, right? I want to build a portfolio website for my profile, my developer profile, right? And I have also uh, given some context that what I want to achieve, and now I should focus on the actual result, and I will give the command here: build me a beautiful website that better presents my profile as a developer. Make sure to keep the UI simple yet aesthetic, right? Focus a lot on user experience, right? So that's the desired output. And after that, I've already mentioned this HTML CSS, but I can also ask for it in the output, right? Like how it should structure the output. Or this role is like you should provide it like a bit generic, like what you are. So here I want it to act as a website builder, right? So I have told him that you're a website builder, right? And the better thing is that you ask for the output structure here at the end after it gets like the whole context and what you want to do. So uh, create the website in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? So we have also, I'll also ask it to uh, like format or like provide the output in this form. So we have also added this step of like how it should structure the output. And then um, here we can't ask for samples here as well because we are building this website, right? So now let's run. We have added the role, then we have added this background, then we have added the command that you want to give it, then we have also told it how to structure it, right? One thing is that we should also add constraints. It's not that much constraint, right? So the constraints should be like don't add any unnecessary things to showcase in my profile. So I have also added some constraints like if a ChatGPT would like to add things from itself, right? So I have added in the prompt that you shouldn't add extra things, only the ones that are necessary. Like it can add some section that will be like a bit redundant, or it will be like more kind of decoration, right? But I have just, for example, I've added this line on how you can constrain it. So in this case it will give you the best result, only what you ask for, right? So I've already also added the constraints. It's simple, and I've also asked it on how to format how what to use for this website. So now if I hit enter, let's see what it builds. But that's the way you uh, effectively construct a prompt that gives the best results, right? Well, it has added my name, and you can see developer profile, etc. So it already has some data about myself, and that it has stored it in uh, the large context. So when you interact with ChatGPT, it extracts the meaningful results and it's stored about it, right? So it's stored everywhere. If I create a new chat, it will still be able to know that I'm like Shawali, right? Because it has stored it in the long context. And there are two types of context. One is short context, like we have created this chat, and from all this chat that we have done, it knows something about these previous responses and questions. So that's the short context, right? If you go to the other chat, so that context will be gone. but it also stores this large conversational context, and it stores some data about all of your requests, right, that you have done across all the chats. So it knows about something about you, so that's why it can give you tailored responses. And now let's preview what it has built. And you can see software engineer, mobile app developer, right? So it's a bit about what I do, right? And it's about me, skills, featured, contact, etc. You can see that's, well, website doesn't look that much good, but if you look at it, uh, that's like it hasn't added any extra things. That's because of this constraint that I've added, right? I've added, don't add any unnecessary thing to showcase in my profile. So that's why it has done this thing, right? You can see Shavali, these things, and direct. It's very direct and it's very simple. The experience, well, you can call it good or not, but it has given us what I asked for, right? This is the data that it has taken from my profile that I've interacted with ChatGPT, right? But you can also specify this data to get the best results, right? It is a bit general that I asked for it to build a portfolio website, but if I also provide the details, uh, like if I add details below this section, and I add these quotations, and I add details like this is my designation or title, then that's about me and the skills I have. So if I mention all of these in quotations or separate section, so the result is going to be very good, like. So it's not a very bad prompt overall. And you can see we also, since we mentioned this, keeping UI simple, so that's why it hasn't added that much of aesthetics. But still, if you look at the words, it has created something that better matches it. The UI is simple, but yet it looks good, right? It doesn't look bad. So but now we can also improve this prompt a bit more, right? So let's copy it. We will create a new chat and recreate this website. So let's give the prompt, let's make it a bit more better. So now the role needs to be a bit more like uh, for expert website developer. Now it will now give us response based on this role. It's now an expert developer now. And now here I want to build a portfolio website, right? My developer profile as experienced developer, right? Or experienced Flutter developer, to be more specific. So it will now better understand what I am trying to do. And here we have this command that we have given to it, which is build me a beautiful website that better presents my profile as a developer. Now we will remove this simple, because it makes it very simple, right? And as the word suggests, it will be simple. So ChatGPT understands to make something simple, but yet it was like, still it was good looking. So um, now the website should have good UI UX. The website should have good UI UX and be just like other modern portfolio websites. And I think that's gonna make it like more aesthetic. And now it will search on the internet. It will also check the other people and other modern portfolio websites as well, and it will construct something keeping that in consideration. And also I can also pass some information that I wanted to present, like add these details in the website, content details, yeah, content information in the website. So here I can now enter that detail in the quotes, because that is something that isn't part of the command, but it is like the data that I am commanding large language model or ChatGPT to enter into the website. So title will be Flutter developer or experienced Flutter developer, right? So now it knows what to add into the title. And then description or profile description will be like an experienced Flutter developer building apps for Android and iOS for about 5 years, right? So that will be the descriptions. So it will put this data now. Similarly, I can provide any other data that I wanted to put into my website. That's gonna make our prompt much better now. And we can also add the other things here as well. We can make this more better, the command. And also we have added this constraints, like don't add unnecessary things. So actually it's very generic, so it removes lots of the things from the portfolio website. As you witnessed, it was very simple. So we will just remove this line, right? And let's add the constraints, like just add Flutter related things, right? So it will be just showcase my Flutter related skills, and I can also mention these skills below in quotations, right? Or I can just add like skills, and then I can mention my skills like MVVM, state management provider, etc., UI design. So these are the skill I can mention here as well. So I can add this constraint like you need to showcase only Flutter related skills, and also Flutter related, I can ask related skills and projects, right? I can also enter details about the projects, like it's gonna be projects, and let's say to do list, chat app, etc., right? So I've added these constraints, like you don't need to add extra details or experiences. You just need to add Flutter related projects and it's things, etc., right? So that's how you constrain it so that you get the best results. So if I don't add Flutter, it can like check the context window, and it can pick something that doesn't that I don't want to add in the website. So I've added these constraints here. I can add some other constraints here as well. And then at the end, I have asked for this input: create and preview the beautiful portfolio website, and write in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So it's more descriptive, clear, and I think it's gonna give better results now. So let's hit this. One thing to add here, like other modern. Okay, I think that's enough. Now if I hit enter, let's see what it gives us this time. And it will give us this code, and let's see this time if it gives us a more better version of the desired output or not. But I think it will be better this time, because you can see here it has added some title Flutter developer, and it has picked my name, right? So it's as per the details that we provided here. So it's more better than the previous one because it contained the data that we want to show in the website, and instructions are clear this time. You can see the description has been picked from the prompt, and similarly it's working. And let's see what it builds this time. It has added to-do list, chat app, and this time it better understand the context, intent, and what's the desired output, right? It can also improve it. So we have this code, but it is not previewing it because we have um, hit the free limit. So I'll copy the code and I will add it in the project. So here, this is the project. I'll create an index.html file, and here I'll paste the code because that's an HTML file only. And now let's go live and see what it has built. So it has built us this website that you can see. We have the Flutter developer and this thing. We have the skills, you can mention all the skills you want, right? But since it's just a test prompt, so we have added very little details, so that's why uh, it doesn't looks that much better, because we have added very little details. But look at the statics and the website, that is very well created this time, and it looks good and modern, right? So as per the prompt, it has constructed something good. And you can also improve this by iterative questions, or you can improve it like it says, I can upgrade it with AI generated profile picture. You can follow up this thing, animated skills bar, etc. So you can add all of these things here. But since we constructed a prompt, and if you look at the result, so it's very close to what we want it to do. You can see we have the chat app, we have the skills that we mentioned, we have the content, and we have a website, a modern website, right? And you can also add all these sort of sections. So if you want a complicated or comprehensive website, you can ask it to create a comprehensive one. If you can see, we didn't ask for such comprehensive one, only the necessary sections. You can see we have these sections. So that's how you construct these prompts, and you get the most out of these LLM responses. So I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. That's it for today video, guys. See you in the next video. Goodbye.